Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Pointy Not Sharp. Today we're taking a look at a French combat knife. So someone's been kind enough to let us out and take a look at their collection, and we're taking a look at a couple of the pieces. So this is, well, it's a French combat knife, but they're often referred to as a French Foreign Legion knife because they're associated with the Legion. But they're not exclusively used by the Legion. They were also used by other units in France as well. There isn't too much I can really say about this other than elaborate on the history of what it was, what it is now, and what units really used it. So after World War II, France acquired a number of P13s or Model 1917 bayonets, which are the same bayonet essentially, just one is used with the P14 rifle with the British, and the other the Model 1917 rifle with the US. This one here is a very nice example of a Model 1917. So France acquired a number of these. It's not clear where they came from, whether they were purchased, acquired, whether they had them during the war or not, but they had them. And they modified them by shortening the blade down to like a little clip point here and turning it into a nice little handy combat knife. So it still retains the press button, although it's a bit stiff. I don't know, has it been welded or anything, has it? No, it doesn't appear to have been. And as you can see, they have removed the muzzle ring, so that's just been ground off completely. Now, these were issued as combat knives, and they were used by many different units within France, but generally sort of like the more elite side of your infantry type units or combat corps type units. Usually they're associated with the French Foreign Legion, but they're also used by, I'll go through the units now actually, so the Marine Infantry Parachutists, the Marine Infantry Regiment, the Parachute Infantry Regiments, the Airborne Cavalry, the Parachute Artillery, and the Parachute Engineers. Now, being an ex-paratrooper myself, I love anything associated with airborne units. Very cool. I never got issued anything quite this cool when I was in. That aside, they will jump into the construction very quick. So just like the Model 1917, we've got a squared fuller, nice true edge, little clip point there, nice real sharp point, rounded spine, very thick sturdy crossguard, two wooden grips retained by screws that you don't need a special tool to remove. These are just flathead screws. We've got our clearance hole just here for clearing debris out of the mortise if used as a bayonet, which these were not. And then we've just got our pommel, press button, ramp lug on the inside. So that's the bayonet. The scabbard is also pretty interesting because they've taken the US scabbard. This is a World War II example of the scabbard. The original one would have had the leather. And the scabbard itself would have been the same as this, same shape, same locket, and the leather body would have been much longer, and you often do find them with this green colour, the US ones anyway. So they've just shortened down the scabbard. Looks like they've got a nice new staple in there, bit of a brass colour to it, so assuming brass, and the top there as well. And then they've done away with the Model 1910 wire hanger, which is what we have here. You see we have the loop for it. We still have the loop for it, but they've just put a leather frog through there instead. And the leather is quite nice, very light colour. Just got a hilt strap on it. There's really not too much to say about these. They would have seen a lot of use throughout Indochina, and I believe they were still in service for quite some time, up until the 1990s I've read, but don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% certain. Anyway, as I said, there's really not too much to say about these. I can't really harp on the history too much more because I don't know too much. I don't know of any examples of them being used, but considering they were used in Indochina, I'm sure they certainly were, and I'm certain a fair few of them were probably captured by Vietnamese forces and potentially used against us as well. But all that aside, very cool little knife referred to as the French combat knife. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like and feel free to subscribe. If I've made any errors or you know anything further, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and thanks for watching.